Hello students, welcome to biology class. We have started with the animal kingdom chapter, and in the last class we have discussed about the phylum Porifera. Okay, in today's class we are going to start with the new phylum, that is Coelenterata. Okay, these coelentrates are commonly known as cnidarians. Okay, the animals which comes under the phylum Coelenterata are commonly known as cnidarians. Okay, now we are going to start with the general characters of this phylum. Here the first character is about the habitat, that is these coelentrates are aquatic. Aquatic means the animals which are living in water. ಓಕೆ, ನೀರೊಳಗೆ ವಾಸಿಸುವಂಥ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಅಕ್ವಾಟಿಕ್ ಅನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ಲಿ ದೀಸ್ coelentrates ಆರ್ ಮರೈನ್ ಅನಿಮಲ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ದೆನ್ ದ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ sessile or free living or free swimming, we can say. Here the word sessile means immobile. That means the animals which are fixed at one place. ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಜಾಗಕ್ಕೆ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇರುವಂಥ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಸೆಸೈಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಫ್ರೀ ಸ್ವಿಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ನೀರಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ರೀಲಿ ಸ್ವಿಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಎನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಫ್ರೀ ಸ್ವಿಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್. ಸೆಸೈಲ್ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಒಂದೇ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂಥ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳು, ಅದು ದೇ ಆರ್ ಸೆಸೈಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫ್ರೀ ಸ್ವಿಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್. ದೇ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಸೆಸೈಲ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೇ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಫ್ರೀ ಸ್ವಿಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಓಕೆ, ದೆನ್ these are radially symmetrical. Here I need to mention about the symmetry. See, we have two types of symmetry. One is bilateral symmetry, another one is radial symmetry. Here you can see the radial symmetry is, see, when you cut the animal from the central axis in any angle, you will get the equal parts or equal halves. That is radial symmetry. But bilateral symmetry is when you cut the animal from the longitudinal direction. Okay, from the anterior to posterior part, when you cut, you will get the equal parts. That is bilateral symmetry. Okay, you can consider the human body. So when we cut our body from here to there, you will get equal parts. Okay, that is bilateral. But these coelentrates are the radially symmetrical. Here you can see the animal is cut from the central axis in all the angles. Okay, but still it is we are getting the equal parts. That is radial symmetry. And we have discussed about the poriferans, but they are asymmetrical, means you will not get any equal parts. Okay, that is about the symmetry. Then here the name cnidaria is derived from the cnidoblast or cnidocytes. As I already told, coelentrates are commonly known as cnidarians. Here why the name is given is, here you can see these cnidocytes or cnidoblast. Okay, these are the cells which are present on the upper surface or upper epidermis, we can say. Okay, ಇವು ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಏನಂತಂದರೆ ಎಪಿಡರ್ಮಿಸ್ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಇರ್ತಾವೆ. ಓಕೆ, ದೇ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್ ಟು ಕ್ಯಾಚ್ ದ ಫುಡ್. ಓಕೆ, to get the food and also to escape from the predators. Okay, ಈಗ ಯಾರಾದರೂ predators ಬಂತು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಈ ಸೆಲ್ಸಿಂದ they will escape and they are very useful to get the food also. Due to the presence of these cells, these coelentrates are called as cnidarians. I hope this point is clear. Okay, then coming to the next point, that is tissue level organization. As I already told you, you are having four type of the cellular organization. One is cellular, another one is tissue and organ grade. Okay, organ system grade of organization. Okay, here these coelentrates are having the tissue level organization. Here means it means so many number of cells are fused to form a tissues. Okay, so coelentrates are having the tissue level grade of organization. And then they are diploblastic. Here you can say the coelentrates as diploblastic. See, we all, that means all the animals are derived from the germ layers, we can say. See, there are three germ layers. One is ectoderm, another one is mesoderm, another one is endoderm. Okay, there are three germ layers. If the animal is derived from only two layers, that is ectoderm and endoderm, that we can say as the diploblastic. Okay, and if the animal is derived from ectoderm, mesoderm, endoderm, all the three layers, then it can be called as triploblastic. Okay, I hope this point is clear. Diplo refers to 2, here di refers to 2, tri refers to 3. Diploblastic means only ectoderm and endoderm, and triploblastic means ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm. Okay, these coelentrates are diploblastic. Then they have gastrovascular cavity. This cavity is present within an animal which is meant for the digestion process. Okay, within this cavity the digestion process will be taking place. Okay, then we have the cnidarians exhibit two basic body forms, that is, one is polyp, another one is medusa. See this point is particularly says about the reproduction process. Okay, these coelentrates exhibit both kind of reproduction, that is, one is sexual, another one is asexual. Okay, both methods are present in this animal. Here this polyp and medusa, they are the forms, the body forms. Polyp, it reproduces by the process of budding, that means it is a asexual form. Polyp, through the asexual form, it gives rise to the medusa. Okay, by the process of budding. Okay, that is asexual form. And now the medusa, it reproduces by sexual method. Okay, through the sexual method, this medusa gives rise to polyp again. Here you can see the polyp and medusa. Okay, those two are the body forms of the animals. This polyp, through the process of budding, it gives rise to medusa, and the medusa, by the fusion of male and female gametes, that is the sexual reproduction, it produces again the polyp. Okay, here you can see the alternation of generation. Okay, polyps, here it exhibits one generation and later the medusa. Okay, this alternation of generation we can say as the metagenesis. Okay, another most important point in the coelentrates. Okay, metagenesis means alternation of generations. Okay, polyp give rise to medusa through the asexual method, and medusa give rise to the polyp through the sexual method. Okay, this is what we can say as the metagenesis. Okay, and here you can see the examples of animals which are belonging to the phylum Coelenterata. Okay, these are the examples, and I hope you have understood this phylum, and if you have any doubts you can ask me. Okay, thank you.